Does reliably finding clients strike fear into your heart whenever you think about going solo as a consultant? I get it. The news is hammering us with drama. AI is taking all our work. 20,000 people were just laid off at a FANG. And then you've got YouTubers preying on your insecurities by shouting, "Software is dead." But the truth is, companies have more technology problems than ever. So here's the good news. If you've got a good offer, it's never been easier to find consulting clients. And you've got some great options for finding them, as long as you know which one is going to work best for you. So in this episode, I'll share 5 ways to find clients that'll pay premium prices for what you offer. And if you stick around till the end, you'll know the best option to start with. What gets people in trouble when they try to find clients is not thinking about the big picture. There are 4 aspects of finding clients that'll really help you decide which approach to take. It's critical that you understand these first. The first aspect is how much trust is required. Ever get an email from someone you've never met asking you to buy something? You probably marked it as spam or threw it in the trash. That's because they were asking for a sale without having built any trust with you first. It's a lot easier to do business with someone who knows you already than someone who doesn't. The second aspect is how fast can you land a client? YouTube, for example, it can be a great way to find clients. Even a tiny channel with 5 to 10 of the right videos can bring more business than you can even handle. The problem is it sometimes takes a while to break through the algorithm and even be seen. The third aspect is how easy is it to do? You've probably heard that speaking engagements can be a great way to meet a potential client. Spending time in person is one of the fastest ways to build trust and thus sell your consulting offer. Unfortunately, it can take a lot of practice to deliver truly impressive presentations, the kind that compels people to want to talk to you afterwards. The fourth and final aspect of different ways we can find clients is how scalable is it? Tapping into your personal network may be the fastest way to find your first client, but connections are a finite resource. So unless you're a serious socialite, you can quickly run out of long-term prospects if you rely on your network alone. Now you know the 4 trade-offs that influence each method you can use to find clients. So let's go over each method to help you decide which is best. The first way to find consulting clients as a developer is cold outreach. Cold just means you're contacting a client who doesn't know you already. And outreach just means you are reaching out to them. You've probably experienced this maybe even sometime today. Ever get a DM on LinkedIn from someone offering to help you? If you didn't have that problem, you probably felt irritated about being contacted. But if you did, that person just successfully found a client using cold outreach. Let's look at how cold outreach stacks up. It has the lowest form of trust since you're basically cold emailing or DMing someone, but it's the second fastest way to obtain clients since you don't have to do any upfront work. It's about middle of the road when it comes to difficulty. You'll need to learn where to find the right people and what to say to them. And it's reasonably scalable since getting more clients just requires contacting more people. The second way to find consulting clients is by networking. This is where you basically just reach out to people you already know. It could be somebody you worked with in the past or someone you know through some other relationship. Next, let's see how networking compares. It has the highest form of trust since you're contacting someone who already knows you. The speed of acquisition, at least for your first client, can be very fast, assuming you know someone who has the problem your offer solves. It's also the easiest way to land a client. All you need to do is contact someone, have a conversation with them, and make your offer. but it is the worst method of scaling. You can only find a new client if you already know someone or they refer someone else to you. The third way to find consulting clients is through content marketing. That's exactly what I'm doing in this episode. You create content to help your prospective clients, and eventually they consider working with you. Here's how content marketing stacks up. It's about middle of the road for building trust. With enough content, people can binge your ideas and test drive what it would be like to work with you. Unfortunately, it can be the slowest way to acquire your first client. If you're committed and a little lucky, it can go faster, but platforms like YouTube and LinkedIn usually take a little while to learn who to share your content with. It also requires more upfront investment than other ways to land clients. Setting up a YouTube channel, recording a podcast, or writing articles takes extra time away from you contacting people. The upside to content marketing is it's the most scalable way to land clients. You can reach anyone in the world, and your content can be seen by people who have the problem your offer solves that you'd never know about any other way. The fourth way to find consulting clients is through speaking engagements. This is where you give a presentation in front of a live audience to share your ideas. An audience of people who can't ignore you until your talk is over can be really effective. But as with others, there are trade-offs. Speaking engagements put you in a high trust situation almost as much as networking with people. But the speed of acquiring clients is slower. Nothing happens until the day of your talk. A speaking engagement is also the hardest of the 5 ways to land clients. First of all, you may have heard the statistic that many people fear public speaking more than death. If you're one of them, this is already a deal breaker. You also have to be a great communicator, finish on time, and inspire people to see you afterwards. And then there's the potential travel. It's also one of the less scalable options. There are fewer opportunities to give talks than using just the internet to reach people today. The fifth and final way to find consulting clients is through advertising. This is where you pay a fee to have a short video or audio clip shown to your potential clients. You can show ads to people on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, tons of places really. So how does it rank? Well, advertising is almost the lowest trust way of reaching a potential client. They don't know you, and suddenly you're popping up in front of them asking for them to reach out. It's better than cold outreach, but just barely. Ads are about average as far as their speed at getting you new clients. First, you got to do some upfront work to create your ad and just get it running. But it's one of the easier ways to land clients. You do need to hook them so they don't skip your ad or scroll away, and you need to pack a pretty compelling message into a short time frame. But if you've got the budget to pay to be in front of people, it can be effective. It's also one of the more scalable ways to land clients. Similar to content marketing, you're only constrained by 2 things: your budget and how many people are on the platform where you're advertising. Before I share which approach might be best for you, one other thing. You'll notice I never mentioned anything about referrals. This is when someone you haven't worked with is referred to you by a past client. That's because referrals can actually come from any of these methods for landing clients. So let's get down to it. Which method for landing consulting clients is best for you? I've shared these 4 aspects with you so you can ultimately make the best decision for yourself, but there are some general considerations I think can speed up your decision-making process. If you got a good network, you should definitely use it. Ask people if they or someone they know has the problem your offer solves. It won't be a long-term source of clients, but when you're starting out, it's more important to deliver your minimum viable offer and improve than to build out a pipeline of many people you aren't equipped to help yet. Want a client from someone you don't know as fast as possible? Use cold outreach. You'll be ignored by most people since you've built no trust, but your only limit is your time. Don't mind being in front of the camera? Willing to wait a little longer for your first client? Start a YouTube channel. It may take longer, but once you get traction, you'll have a constant flow of new prospects. If you've got money to burn, try advertising. You'll probably make a few ads that will flop at first. But if you get an ad to work, scaling won't be your problem. The time you have to deliver your offer will be. And finally, if you love speaking in front of other people, try speaking engagements. Few people have the desire and knack for moving a live audience. But if you're one of them, why wouldn't you go for it? Now you know the 5 ways you can land clients for the kind of consulting offer that will let you go solo. But landing clients isn't enough on its own to transition into self-employment. You still got to craft a compelling offer, close the deal, deliver your services, and get paid. So to learn how to do that, watch this video about my 10-step system for becoming a respected premium consultant.